Hi guys, so I am going to go over our science project, the ecosystem one. At this time, I would like you to get paper and pencil and to take some notes. And so if you need to pause this video to do that, this is the perfect time to do that. If not, we're just going to get started. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to get to it, maybe even 3. Share this screen. So the first way, as you know, you can go to assignments. And right here, ecosystem project, this is the one. It is due May 7th, 2021, and that is by midnight. So you click on this, we're going to go ahead and go to student view, and here are the instructions. Create your own ecosystem. There are ideas you can use found in the packet provided. Observe and record what you see also answers the questions. And I'll go over all this. And here is the packet. So of course you guys know by now you're going to click on this. And here it is for you. Right here, you can also click on this PDF, and if you have a printer or somewhere where you can print the packet out, you're more than welcome to do that and then just take pictures as you upload it to here. Another way you can go to it is if you go to Teams and you scroll to assignments and you click on assignments. Ecosystem project, you can click there as well. So that is another way you can do it. You can also go to your OneNote. I think I'm going to cheat a little quick just to save some time. But you can also go to OneNote, and it'll be in OneNote under Science for you. So again, since I'm sharing my screen, I'm just going to click it in PDF form. I'm going to have to download it. So that way you guys can see it just a little better. There you go. And we're loading. Okay, and so, oh, this is not the right one, but that is okay. No, it's not okay because I deleted some stuff. So let me go ahead and pull it up of how you guys would see it. And so here we go. Create your own habitat, and it's an in-class activity, but again, since we're 100% virtual, you are doing this in your home. And you do have the option of using the habitats that I have provided for examples, or you can create your own using a creature that you decide to come up with. Now the issue, or not the issue, but just know that if you're coming up with a living organism on your own, that it may be more time consuming. And so just think about the time that you have to finish this project from start to end. And so again, you're going to create your own habitat. You're going to fill this out. This is what you're going to do first. So first you're going to think about the living organism and the habitat that you're designing it for. Once you have that, you're going to tell me the name of the small organism you're creating the habitat for. And then what does your living organism need to survive? Do they need water? Do they need rain? Do they need it to be dry? Like, tell me all of that stuff. What are you going to use to house your animal in? Now remember, this is a small habitat, so you don't need anything large like a house or a car or a large box. Maybe you need a small box, but not a large box. You can use a cup, a water bottle. Can you use like a cleaning jar? Not a cleaning jar, Lysol jar, wipes, or what, like anything that you have at your home, anything that you can find. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money. Even if you have an empty spray bottle, that would work too. What other materials do you need to create your habitat? Are you going to need grass? Are you going to need rocks? Or like, what do you need? Water. How will your habitat provide all the living needs? So if your habitat needs sun, are you going to put it by a window? That is a material you need. Are you going to make sure that If they need sun, or is it going to be transparent so that sunlight can get through it? Think about this. So the beginning of this is you just really thinking about stuff. You do not have to submit it to me. I will read this all at once. If you would like to share your ideas or you want me to look at your proposal, you can go ahead and ask me, and I have no problem taking a look at it. Then you're going to record your observations. It's like 5 days of observations, 5 minimum, 7 maximum, or not 7 maximum. Yes, 7 maximum. So no, I don't want you really observing this more than 7 days. So 5 minimum, 7 maximum. And then you're going to, and so as you're recording, what do you see? What do you see on day 1? Day 1, you might not see much of anything because you've literally just created it. Day 2, you may see a little more movement. Maybe the food has started to disappear. That's what I want you to write down. And then, of course, we have your record your observations right below. What do you think you are is going to occur over the next 5 days, 5 to 7 days? So this is your hypothesis. What do you think is going to happen? So you should be filling this page out before you even really observe day 1. So once you create your habitat, go ahead and fill out this page. And then once you create your habitat, illustrate it below. So the best illustration you can do, I'll even let you cheat, take a picture of your habitat and upload it to this page, copy and paste it to this page. All right, and then so each day look at your habitat and write in the box details of what you notice. So again, this page is very similar to this. Right here, you might want to draw what's going on in your habitat. And then here, things to consider: take notes of your living thing and how it looks. Observe if this soil, if you're using soil and water. Take notes of population or decomposing elements. Take notes if the environment appears healthy, because you may think you're doing everything that you're supposed to, and it turns out that, hey, it's not looking so healthy. So you might have to go ahead and rechange things, or redo things. So go ahead and make sure you put that down, and take notes if the needs of your living thing is being met. So again, if you're not meeting the needs of whatever your organism is, write that down and tell me what you're going to do to change that. And so there you go. You have 5 days of this to do. And then here we go. We're going to record observations too. Right below, what occurred to your habitat over the last 5 days. So the first one is what happened in the very beginning. Now we're at the end. And based on what you thought would happen. So did what happened on the 5th day actually happen based on what you wrote before it even started? And why or why not? And go ahead and draw your picture of it 5 days later, or you can take a picture and draw it again, or take a picture and upload it here. And then I'm not just going to let you off that easy. I'm sorry, you have your reflection piece. And then so this is tying it all together. What activities did you observe your living thing doing? And let's say you just have a plant, right? Because a plant is a living organism. So it might not move. Maybe it just maybe you noticed that when there was less shade, it bent to the right, or when there was a lot of sun, it tended to move closer to the sun. Or if it got too much sun, it weaked. So that's what I'm looking for. Or if you're using fish of some sort, they were more active during the day than the night, or they tend to eat only in the evening, or one fish ate more than the other. That's what I'm looking for. What physical changes did you see in your environment? If you are dealing with fish, do you see algae? Do you see pollen? Because we have so much pollen, and depending on where you're keeping your organism and your habitat, that might be something to consider. What part of the habitat are abiotic or non-living? So tell me, what is non-living? If you have rocks in your habitat, that is non-living. Where are any decomposers in your habitat? How can you tell? And again, you can look up what a decomposer is, and I also have them in the peer deck of the ecosystem that you guys are working on. List any producers and or consumers that your habitat has. It's going to have one or the other, or it's going to have both, depending on what kind of habitat you build. If you left your habitat that way for another week, what do you think would happen and why? So again, you're making another hypothesis about what's going to happen to your habitat if you left it sitting for a week. You don't have to leave it sitting for a week. That is totally up to you. It would be cool if you left it for another week so you can see if your hypothesis came true. But again, you don't have to. And here's some more reflection questions. Your best friend wants to add another animal to the habitat. Do you think that's a good idea? Why or why not? So depending on the habitat and the living organism that's in your habitat, it might not be a good idea. If you're doing plants and you put a whole bunch of like ladybugs eat plants. So are your plants going to be able to keep growing? Is it healthy for your plants? Like, think about that. How does this habitat differ from their natural habitat? So you can go ahead and go on Google and look at that natural habitat and see how yours is different. How are they the same? How are they different? How are they different? And then compare and contrast your habitat to another. So create that Venn diagram. Remember, that's the two circles that connect. You're going to put your habitat. Then you can even look at maybe if you do the habitat of fish, look at the habitat of turtles, like do something fun like that. So, and then a day in the life of, imagine that you are the living thing in your habitat, right from the perspective, the point of view of the living, in your habitat for the last 5 days. Be sure to write about the environment, include some of the names, or include some of the observations over your past 5 days. So you're writing from the point of view of the living organism in your habitat. All right, and these are some examples you can use. We have the mini aquarium guppy habitat, and so I give you what you need for the guppy habitat and how to make it. This one is the cricket habitat. Again, I crossed this out, but right here I said have a grown-up do this part. So this step 1, have a grown-up cut the slits around the bottle if this is something you're going to do. Do not do this on your own just for safety reasons. And then we have earthworm habitat. You have a mini cactus habitat, so that might be cool if you're really into plants. I think this is something that I might do just to do it with you and we can observe it and track it as a class. It's very simple. We have a decomposer habitat, so that would be something interesting to do. Plant habitat, so you can get some seeds, some different seeds, and see, like here we have bird seed, so we can see what happens to that, right? But you can plant different things and see which ones grow faster and which ones grow slower. And you don't have to do it in a plastic jar like this. If you have like a little pot, you can use a little pot. If you have a little shoe box, you can use a shoe box, whatever you have. And then ants. So I'm not a big fan of ants, but ants are free. You can go outside and get some ants. Just don't let them bite you because we have fire ants. Yeah, we have red ants. So just be careful on that. I think you can order some online as well. And then here's just more directions, just differently. If you want to print it out and cut it in half, you can do that. But those are all the same things. So again, this is due May 7th. And at 11:59 p.m. or midnight, pretty much. If you have any questions, again, please write down your questions. Sorry, JoJo is in the screen today. If you have any questions, please feel free to write down those questions so we can go over them on Tuesday during our science class. Get started, think about it. And again, you can always write to me on questions for Mrs. O. You can reach out to me on Dojo because you know your Dojo codes. And again, write it on paper and I will get back to you on Tuesday. So I hope you guys are excited for this project. Again, you can start it today and it is due May 7th. Bye.